Hey, how you doing? It look like you a little cold out there.
Early, and it's nice though.
All right,
Nice autumn day.
all right, all right. So, yeah, so we were talking about spirituality and stuff like that, and I said, hey, why don't you come jump on, jump in here, let them hear you. Where were we at? You were talking about tarot and stuff,
Yes.
and
Well, you hit on it when we say it's all connected to astrology, and I believe it's a snapshot of it's an archetype of a snapshot of reality that we live throughout the rotation of the sun.
so what does as above, so below mean to you?
As above, so below, as within, so without. As the heavens, it's like a frequency, and the frequency is like a car fob. You think about it's a frequency. The Hermetic law said if you understand the law of vibration, you will have grasped the scepter of power. And so everything that we have right now is the planets as they rotate are broadcasting frequency. And that frequency is something that is a wave, and either we ride the wave or the wave crashes over us. Either, we choose to use the frequencies in a positive way, or we're kind of tossed to and fro about with them, depending on how our chart is manifested.
Hmm. Yeah, I was going through that, and ooh, let me show you this.
I think it's very interesting that, many people in church circles get so upset if you start talking about the zodiac,
So
even though the zodiac is a...
about 3-4 days ago, what? When was this? This was Friday. I saw this video.
We're covering Aries tonight.
Wait, no, it wasn't Friday. Hold on. Thursday.
I think it's very interesting that, many people in church circles get so upset if you start talking about the zodiac, even though the zodiac is an extremely real principle that is inherent in all life, and it's been so for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But I want to tell some of you folks that may feel a little strange about this. If you have an older Bible, some of these Bibles, go back maybe 100 years old. Take a look in your Bible, open to the book of Matthew. Okay, and if you have one of those You'll see Luke, the bull, it's Taurus, and you'll see John, the eagle, it's Scorpio. So try it. Take a look at it, and you'll find it. And once you see that, then you'll realize that if you're trying to understand the Bible without understanding the zodiac and understanding the constellations, you're never going to get anywhere. Because the whole Bible is built around the 12 constellations of the zodiac, which is the 12 disciples, the 12 apostles, the 12 gates to the city. Even Jacob named his children after the 12 signs of the zodiac. He had 12 sons and one daughter, but two of his sons were the twins, which is Simeon and Levi, Gemini. So and then of course you take the number 7 in the Bible, which is from the 7 visible planets, the 7 planets that they can see at that time. So you can't get away from it.
The 7 wanderers. Oh,
It's one of my favorite teachers, isn't it?
You seen that guy before?
Yes, Donahue, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he did one on the astrological positioning of the children of Israel in the desert, and it's all an astrological wheel, how they were placed in the desert. I mean, it's fascinating.
So last night, I said I was clicking all around, right?
Beautiful. There they are.
This was in one of them folders. It says top left man, right lion, bottom left bull, right eagle. From the Book of Kel, 700 to 800 AD, handwritten and artistically designed by Celtic monks of Iona, Scotland. It is a book of the Gospels. There are 4 evangelists. Matthew is the winged man, Mark is the lion, Luke is the bull or ox, and John is the eagle. It seems that these depictions of the 4 evangelists were used from the beginning of the Christian movement and were officially sanctioned by St. Jerome, 331 to 420 AD. These 4 evangelists can also be found with appropriate animal motifs in the Book of Armagh, the Book of Darrow, and the McDurn Gospels. They can be found on the Vatican ceilings and in stained window glass of cathedrals of all over Europe.
Yes, but see, the Bible was written by the mystery schools, and and if you understand the mysteries, there you go. The tarot, yeah, the world card, Jupiter, and yeah, all of them right there, the cardinal direction. But what you have is
Well, fixed those. That's Leo's, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio.
And again, as you said, when you said, what do you think, as above, so below, as within, so without, you have as above your thoughts.
I was like, man, I just watched this video. Here it is.
But it's also as above, so below, as within, so without.
Correct.
As above your thoughts, as within your emotion, as without your force of will, and then you create. So as above, so below, as within, so without, you create. That's the cardinal direction. Look at the Book of Acts. The Book of Acts is the spirit behind it. Them going out, and it was their spirit of them procreating their messages out. So they hit the 4 cardinal directions, and then you have acts. The acts manifest, within the soul.
Yeah.
Even okay, I'll even go a little further. The United States was founded by esoteric, the occult. Okay, so you have us as a defense mechanism. You have the army. The Air Force, right? Air. You have the water, the Marines. You have the army. The ground. They're the earth. And then you have the Marines, which is the power, the sun, the generator. And then you have what? The Pentagon.
The Pentagon. What's up, Tara?
The Pentagon is the
remember, Remember I told you. Remember I told you I was going about to start a series, going over each card with somebody. Yeah, that's tarot right there.
That is.
You see? You see that name down there, Tarot Zodiac?
Oh, hi, Tarot.
Yeah, that's who I'm doing.
Hello.
Yeah, that's who I'm doing the episodes with. Tarot, Carrie is the one I was telling you. Might sit in on a couple of them with us.
I go with C. Fibonacci. She may not know my name is Carrie.
Oh well, yeah. Well, he know he going for it. But hey, you know what? When you going to stream?
I'm streaming with you right now.
No, you go live. When you gonna go live and people come in your room?
I'm going to do that. I just finished my last show of the season, and so I have more time now. More, you run from one show to the next show, and you set up, and you break down.
But you ain't doing nothing now.
I'm a free bird.
You ain't doing.
What now?
I said you ain't doing nothing now. You could stream today. Why don't you just sit out there and enjoy the sun?
I could. I'm letting you show me the way, Paul.
Well, hey. Tell you what. Tell Tarot how you feel about the tarot and how you feel. Tell me. Whatever you want to say to him.
The tarot is what it is an archetype of the frequencies in which we are living. It is a snapshot of reality that you could actually go to, and you could actually see the frequencies that we are experiencing as the sun rotates around the planet, and it's what is being broadcast at this time. It's an archetype. That's why I play a birthday game when I go to my shows. I'm a performing wire artist. It means people come by and they pick out their charm, they pick out their wire, they pick out their stone, and I create it with them. As I'm doing that, I'm giving them their birth sun sign. And how I do that is I have a wheel in my head. I've created this wheel that I'd like to get out there and sell, because it has all the tarot cards, all of them in the wheel that show the archetype, and it just has one word, that archetype that you could actually springboard off of. So let's do you, Paul, or somebody in the chat. Give me your date. Give me your sign and the day.
Aries. What's your date, Heart? Or am I throwing you under the bus? There you go.
Okay, so Aries 12, you are the 3 of Wands. You always, plant a lot of seeds, and you wait for your harvest. You have fire in the hole. You are a self-starter. You are a person that is a go-getter, and you generally are very tenacious at what you start to try to bring it to fruition. You are also into order because you have the major arcana of the Emperor. You are the 3 of Wands and the Emperor, and you also on the first. You also are attached to the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which means that you are into growth and manifestation. What do you think, Spicy Heart? Did we get it? That's just the frequency.
She typed it. That's just the frequency of her sun.
Yeah, that's the generator. So it's easier to, like, your moon is how you feel inside, and
she's an Aquarius moon.
So when she reflects a lot of Aquarius. You know what house?
The 7th. She's a Leo rising.
The Leo rising. Okay. So you're ruled by the sun, and so everything that you do, you put your soul, your heart into it, and Also, what degree? What degree of the sun?
What degree, Hart? 20 something. Oh, she got a call. Tarot put 8-2-75.
Okay. Help me. Okay, we'll say the last decan of the sun is on the rising. So
Wait. She ain't here. She ain't here. She had a call. She had to go. She had somebody calling. She'll be right back. And so that's why I said go ahead to what that date that Tarot just put up there, 8-2-75. You see his date? That date?
I do see the date,
Yeah.
but I'm not seeing the degree of her rising. But I
She's not here. She's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll come back and tell you.
Yeah.
I don't. My other computer with her chart is in the other room.
But you see how that's done, Paul. You see it.
Yeah.
And you know you have that same wheel in your head that you work from.
Yeah.
And every
Oh, now she's back.
Oh, hey. So what degree is your rising?
Oh, that's yours, Tara? That's you 8-2-75. Oh.
Okay. She's 8-2-75.
Yeah, that's Tarot. No,
She's a Leo.
that's a he. That's a he.
He. Okay, he. Leo.
King Leo. Get it right.
King, here I am. All right. You are a contender.
I'll tell you. He.
The wands, man.
Oh, go ahead first. You go ahead, say, and then I'll tell you his moon and rising.
Okay, you are a contender. You hold your ground in a good fight, and
hey, you just said a mouthful right there, kid.
very tenacious on that. Okay.
Oh shit.
You're like, I'm in large and in charge. When you walk in a room, everybody knows it.
Oh hell yeah.
Alright. And oh yeah, I got some flowers for that one, huh? You are also you are the ace of wands. You're a self-starter, like a very, you come in like fire, and then you also are very opportunist. Because you got the page of wands. He's always looking for his opportunities. Correct. Yeah, I got you there.
Yeah, he be in the DMs looking for opportunities.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Everybody's a guy from that, right? King is in the room.
Well, every lion needs a pride.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's a Aries rising and a Gemini moon. I don't know the degree.
What degree? Aries, okay, what degree?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That's what I was about to say. I don't know the degree.
King, cough it up, man. Aries, yeah, I gotta know. What I'm doing is going from the
Deacons.
The deacons, yeah. I'm going from 10 degrees, and so that's every tarot card is on a 10th degree, and so I could narrow it down that way. But if he's Aries, he is the emperor, so he comes in with a lot of fire and a lot of tenaciousness, and he's ruled by Mars. So we know that.
Yeah.
And so what you have is a very fiery person because obviously Leo, and then you have a rising fire. You come in with as a contender, you're probably a great debater. Take it.
He ain't too shabby.
And you like order. Everything has to be order. If you come in with the Emperor card, but I'm not sure which one it is. celebration. It could be planting your seeds and watching for the harvest, or it could be looking for opportunities. Like, kind of walking through the portals of many opportunities. The Two of Wands.
All right. 29 degree Virgo. 9/22/71.
So you're that's your rising?
No, that's my birthday, 9/22/71.
So you're Virgo. You analyze everything. You are like a analyzer on steroids. You have also really off the chart intuition, and you could also walk into a room and get the pulse on everything. That is the 29th degree. The 29th degree is kind of like a magical, it's generated by the power of the sun. And so whatever it has, the first degree is generated by the double strength of the sign that it's in. The last degree is generated by the sun, the 29th degree. And so a lot of people that have the 29th degree have mad super skills.
Mad what? Has what?
Mad super skills.
Oh.
And it's also kind of like psychic ability. So we're gonna talk here. 9/22. 9/22. How this works, don't make me work that hard. Tell me the date. Don't give me the date. Give me the sign and the date. That's all you have to do is give me the sign and the date, and I'm able to jump over from there. So, Virgo 22. Okay, first deacon. That's the 8. And the Eight of Pentacles is evaluating one's work, very diligent on one's work. And as you create, and then you stop and you evaluate it. And it's a constant evaluation of, well, how did I do it? Did I do it okay? Is it right? Is it not right? Very into, evaluation. And like with the microscope, he did, another thing, everything that you do, you internalize, you go within, because it's like you take it within, because you're the hermit. You get your downtime by resting. I don't know if you got that. You get your downtime by resting. Can you guys hear me okay? Because my head a little dance. Okay. Can you hear me now? All right. What you do with the Virgo, it's the Eight of Pentacles. It is the person that works really hard on their work and evaluating their work, and also analyzing every tidbit of information. And a lot of times they like to spend time alone. They are a loner because they always go within. It's the Hermit card and the Eight of Pentacles, along with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, or the Page of Wands. So self-starter, a lot of tenaciousness, and always evaluating the new opportunities. Catnip, huh? Meow. Okay, anyone got another one? We're playing the birthday game. So tell me about you, Tarot Zodiac Leo King. Who can't handle any cat? Big cats, oh yeah. Well, he's a Virgo. I mean, he's a Gemini. You overload him with information. you're a contender. What is your... His North Node is Scorpio. Do you know the degree? Yes. Leo King. I'm waiting. You'd be on the cusp, and it's so you were between. You came into this reality to experience good memories, and you draw upon those good memories. But you also came in as the dreamer too, and the dreamer is the one that is the creator, the one that creates very. Creativity has so many irons in the fire, kind of hard to nail down, just nail one of them down. But you came in also to experience death and regeneration. And like the tower, when it collapses, you build back better. And you probably have had many of those moments in your reality. If your North Node is there, it's the where you're focusing, where you came in to experience these experiences. And so you probably had to rebuild your reality quite a few times, and you've had to experience the Tower card.
All right. Yeah. So I did want to tell you that. I think I may have told you. I'm a Scorpio moon and a Gemini rising, but I also have Pluto. My sun is at 29 degrees, and Pluto's at 29 degrees Virgo on top of my sun.
On top of your sun?
Yeah, my sun is at 29 degrees Virgo, and I got Pluto at 29 degrees Virgo.
You have died and resurrected your thought processes many times. Because Pluto is a call to a higher, it's the judgment card, and you've been called to a higher position, so you've had to let go of some things, and this is in your thought processes.
Let go of beliefs.
That's it. And but you analyze them, and then through a due process, you have to do stuff.
Yeah.
That has to been pretty tough, though. That's a pretty heavy energy to carry.
Especially when you have people trying to hold you to belief systems.
Well, absolutely.
And I know you understand that
more than most. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, my rising is at 20 degrees, but for some reason I'm thinking it's at like 19 or 18 somewhere.
19 in Virgo.
No, Gemini.
Gemini rising.
Yeah, it on my birth chart it say 20 degrees, but I'm thinking, and the reason I'm saying that is because on birth charts you gotta watch rounded numbers. Mm-hmm. So it says on my 11:45, and I was a C-section. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, did they take me out and look at the clock? You know what I'm saying, in the C-section? Or did they take me out, do what they had to do, and then look at the clock? Because,
that's probably how it went down.
And if that's the case, them 5 minutes will put me at 19. And check this out. Them minutes, actually, my MC is at 1 degree. Watch this. My MC is at 1 degree Pisces, right? Okay. 1 degree. And if I go back, let me see. 1, 2. If I change to 11:42, If I change the, it's at 19 degrees. And then if I go to 1138, it's at 18 degrees. And my MC is not in Pisces. It's at 29 degrees Aquarius.
I had an astrology forensics on me because they said that I was born at 2 o'clock, and he's like, nobody's born at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Born like right on time, So he's like, I can't do your chart unless I have the correct time. I'm not going to pass it. So anyway, I had to go ahead, and he did forensics on it.
Yeah, rectification.
Rectification, yeah. And he came back and said, you were born at 1:41 and 15 seconds, and don't forget it. I mean, they can really pinpoint and based upon what is happening with your family, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, death, marriage. And so if you go back and you look in your chart, you're going to probably be able to pinpoint it to where it all these events in the houses and how, you'll get the right frequency. And I know you can do that, Paul. You can figure it out.
Well, yeah. That's why I was, actually, it's interesting because I was trying to look at it and I was, would it be, am I the 10 of swords or 9 of swords?
We're talking about rising, Geminis. 10 of swords, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do you spend a lot of time in here agonizing over what is at?
Wait, you going in and out? You
always out.
Wait, you going in and out? We can't hear you. We didn't hear you. We didn't hear you. You got caught in the matrix.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Okay. The nine of swords is always, you lay in bed at night, it's always the thoughts that you feel out there. It's out there. It's not, you're laying in your bed and you're on a bed of roses and all those swords are hanging above your head, and so you're thinking about all the things that are going on out there. Where the 10 of swords, it's all happening in here.
Yeah.
It's like, poke a fork in me, I'm done. It's like mental exhaustion. It's like, it's also a new beginnings of like, I'm done with that process, move along. It's overkill.
What you talking about? Yes. Oh, Walter. That's Walter. Me and Walter, she was my co-host on the podcast. Was you agreeing with her? Oh, she's a Virgo rising. I have to look past that. She's a Virgo rising.
I'm a Virgo rising.
A Scorpio. Oh, you can tell.
I'm a Scorpio. Virgo rising. My moon is in Libra. I have Jupiter in the high heaven in Gemini at 29 degrees. And my north node is in Gemini and the 4th degree. I love to give out information.
And she got Saturn and Pisces.
Yes, which is kicking my butt.
Good question. You're in next for it.
Corner, I guess.
I don't see you.
My birthday's November 19th.
Taro, you still here? It was November 19th, 1965.
You want to know how I started my journey? 2016, November 14, I was in an ATV accident, and I broke my neck in 2 places, my C1, the horns of your altar, I guess. And I broke my back in 3 places, and I shattered the left side of my body and broke 5 ribs and shattered my sternum. And I laid in a hospital bed in my front living room with a halo on for 3 months. I was in the hospital for 9 days, but it was a complete readjustment. I had all this time in the world to just think. And it was, I believe, the universe way of slapping me awake. And that's kind of how my journey started in the spiritual dimension. Not that to say that I didn't care about the spiritual dimension. I worked with 47 different churches in this valley that I live in. I was an avid speaker in all different places. But it wasn't until that was all out there, and then it had to come in here, and I had a near-death experience, which changed my my complete processing of what reality truly was.
Walter, wait, Walter. Before you ask her whatever you want to ask her, you're about to speak to somebody whose North Node is in the 10th house and at their second Saturn return.
That's just incredible that all of that happened to you. I mean, not incredible in a positive way, but
no, that was a gift. It was a gift. It was the greatest gift that was ever given to me.
I love to know where Neptune was in 2016 and where it was like hitting your chart.
I don't know. I had an astrologer, my teacher actually did a class on it and laid out what was it that saved my life. But yeah, I can pull that up and show it to you.
Well, I only asked because I feel like around that time, I mean, I don't know if...
What'd you say, Neptune?
Yeah, I don't know if you recall.
It was Neptune was retrograde, October around this time. Neptune was retrograde at 9 degrees Pisces, and her Saturn's at 10 degrees Pisces.
Well, I said that because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've made a lot of correlations that around that time, like right after Neptune shifted into Pisces, but like a few years after, like 2014, 2015, 2016, astrology started becoming a lot more popular, like in mainstream media. You know, it still hadn't like gained the full traction that it did like maybe 2 years ago, but it was rising. So I just find it interesting that happened to you, and you know, there was that the connection occurred then.
I didn't know astrology at all until like 2018. I started opening it up and looking at it, but it just kind of like came to me. I don't know why. It just opened up, and it kind of
made
sense.
Hey.
It kind of came to me too.
So,
but it didn't come to me through what you went through, and I think it also came to Paul in a similar way, but not through, you know, not the same way as you.
When did the accident happen?
It happened August 14th, 2016. 2016.
That was a wild year. You know,
yeah, it was.
Uranus was about to leave Aries that year. Around that time.
Well, I think I think the whole, you know, it was like a waking up of people in this reality that we're living in and getting ready for the shift. And the shift happened like 2020 when all the Capricorn was there, and we, you know, just before the major conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. And we're in a whole different reality zone, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, the day of the wreck, you had a stellium in your first house. Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus are all in Virgo and the North Node. So that means the eclipses was happening in your first house and seventh house that year. I also find it interesting. Look,
reconstruction of self.
Oh, you want to know how much of a reconstruction of self it was? Mercury is your chart ruler, and Mercury was your Pluto is at 18 degrees. Mercury was at 19 degrees. And in your chart, you have your Pluto's at 18 degrees Virgo, and your Mercury's at 18 degrees Sagittarius. So I guess you was bound to have a Pluto Mercury moment, and that wreck was it. While the eclipses, the North Node was in your first house. So.
Were you going fast?
No, I think I was blinded by light. There was like the sun was shining. It was in my eyes, and I was on the road, and I couldn't see the road. And I assume that's what's happened because it was like a page was ripped out of my reality and thrown away. And I do not remember even getting in the ATV. But I think that's the way that your brain operates. It's there was such a traumatic event. But it was so surreal is that I was out in the National Forest alone, and the first person that showed up was a nurse on vacation who saved my life.
Wow.
And yeah, so she was like right behind me, which is, and held me in a certain way, because if I would not have been held in that way, I broke my neck. I mean, my C1, your hangman. And most people don't come back from that.
Divine intervention.
What?
Divine intervention.
Yes, or I don't have any nerve damage either. So, and it's the horns of the altar because it's the 33 degrees. 30. It has the horns that come over. It's like the Atlas, and so both of them were broke.
Hey.
It's quite a spiritual awakening.
The sun was in your 12th house at 22 degrees, and your sun is in the 3rd house at 26 degrees.
23rd degrees is sometimes a very...
Well, actually, what's the 22nd degree, Walter?
Kill or be killed?
Walter, I got a question for you.
The nurse thing tripped me out just now.
Walter.
No.
I got a question for you, Walter. You're talking to somebody with a North Node who's 30 years down the line, down the road. Anything going through your mind right now? You don't have a question for her?
Is your North Node in Gemini?
No, it's in Capricorn, but it's in Capricorn, but it's in the 10th house, just like yours. Hey, Walter, she has her Venus and her Venus and Mars are in Capricorn. So you're talking to somebody who's got Mars exalted in Capricorn in the 5th and Venus there. So Walter, do you have any North Node in the 10th house question for her?
What does success mean to you right now?
Connections. I'm a professional wire artist. That I walk on a wire. But what I do is people come through, I'm a professional vendor, and people come through my tent and I create things on the spot for them. So they're part of my art. And so they come in, they pick out their wire, they pick out their charm, they pick out their stone, and I spin it for them. And as I spin it for them, I tell them about their zodiac. Ask them what their birthday is, or ask them what their sign is. It's kind of like, what is your sign? If they don't know their sign, they might not want to hear that, so we'll talk about something else. And but if they know their zodiac sign, and then they know the date, and then I said, just give me the date you were born, and they give me the date they were born, and then I tell them about themselves as I'm creating their item for them. And so that's what I do.
It's an experience.
It's all an experience. I dress in punk steampunk, and I dress me and my tent. We match each other, and what I want to create is an experience. And also, I'm that person in the town square that's able to help them along the way. I give them, like I'm singing a song, and it happen to be the couple that come in, it happen to be their theme song that they sing every day. Well, I didn't know that, but you pick up on their vibration, and I just start singing a song, and it's their song, and or I start telling them about themselves, and it's a conversation they had just before they walked up to my tent. And I mean, it's kind of magical, and I know that it's it's a universal thing that people are coming and they're looking for answers, or they're coming for an experience, and I may be that person in the town square that that old lady that gives them a pointer on as you think, so you feel, so you feel, so you do, and it all begins with what? Like I tell them esoteric information as I'm doing this, but I'm trying to give them tools to live a better reality.
So Walter, ask a South Node question.
Well, how do you remain consistent, with your profession, I guess?
Well, rephrase that. Where's the South Node at?
In her fourth, but like.
All right. What's the fourth about?
There's no consistency.
What's the fourth about?
Well, what I'm trying to say is like your profession is. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of mercurial, North Node and Gemini. Yeah. So, like, do your feelings change a lot? Like, how are you able to be up? Like, you have to be up, right, to deal with the public.
Well, anyone that works with, because sometimes I have to have people work for me depending on the show that we have, and like when you're running a show and there's like a couple thousand people, like I can't watch everything. So when I'm focused on what I'm doing, it's I have been robbed in the past, and but they might have needed it where I did. I don't know. So what I do is I always tell people you only have one job, just one job, and if you do this job, that's all that matters to me. And that job is when you come into this, under the tent and you start doing your work, is to have fun. And when you go there and you're having fun, everything just kind of it just kind of unravels. You're there, you're having fun, you're giving out an experience, and you're just riding the wave of whatever is going on astrological, whatever, and I've traveled extensively throughout the Northwest. Every town has a different vibrational frequency attached to a zodiac positioning. Like if you go to Alaska, Dillingham, Alaska, you walk off on it's Pisces on steroids. I mean, you can even see the fish floating around.
All right. I got a question.
What?
I ask it for Walter. Did you have to leave home or family in your life?
What do you mean?
In any way, did you have to get out, like the family you was born to, maybe the homeland you was born to, anything like that?
Well, I joined the Army when I was 18, and I was gone for 3 years, and then I came back and I was married, and I married into a very religious, addictive relationship. And so I was kind of trapped, but it was my work and doing this that I was able to get away from a lot, and my work is what I absorbed myself into.
Wait, what made you join the Army? What made you join the military?
I wanted to go out and see the world. As a kid, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I was a little confused on what I wanted because I'm dyslexic, and I didn't want to go into academia because it seemed real daunting, and so I was kind of like that law in your reality when you're coming out of school and you're thinking, I got to do something, and so I wanted to go travel the world, so I signed up to be in the Army as long as they would send me to Europe. And they put it in writing, and I went to Europe for 2.5 years.
What was that experience like? What type of town was you born in, and what did leaving that town do for you?
Well, as a child, you think, you're raised in a certain area, and you think that it's the area that is your problem. And then when you leave that area, you realize that, everything happens within. So it was kind of like a learning experience because everywhere you go, there you are. And so I learned that as a child. Important stuff to know.
Carrie. Carrie, hold up. Hey, Walter, when you got to North Carolina, are you surprised that you was there waiting for you?
No, I wasn't.
Go ahead, Carrie.
You take your habits with you, you know?
Absolutely.
Place to place.
Was it hard for you being gone in the military and going away from that? How was that adjustment?
You know, I have a lot of mutable energy in me. I'm able to adjust myself anywhere that I go. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. But you're in a place where you're 5% of the population, because 95% was male population, and that was not an enjoyable experience because there was a lot of harassment that took place. I could tell you stories that would blow your mind, but what happened is I kind of pissed off a lot of people because I had good boundaries. I'm like, hell no. And so I ended up being on dog duty, and I was like picking up cigarette butts all over the concern. And this is in Germany, Darmstadt, Germany. And they would just send me on dog detail every day, and I would go. And one day, I was raised a worker. You can see in my fifth house, okay, my Capricorn. And so we were picking up cigarette butts, and I've made a game out of it. And you didn't have gloves at that time, so we pick. Well, I didn't know that the sergeant major of the whole concern was watching his detail every day. And every day he would sit and watch me work. Well, I was the only one picking up stuff. I was the only one doing any of the work. And so he pointed, at his aide, and he said, "Go get that soldier. I want to talk to her." And so he came in and he talked to me, and he said, "What did you do before you came in the military?" And I said, "Well, I was an interior designer." Of course, I was 18 years old, but I would go and I'd paint murals on walls and stuff like that, when I was 16, and I'm an artist. And so he says, "Oh, okay, well, I need an artist." So I ended up with the detail of taking over the whole mess hall and painting murals on the wall, I was in charge of German workers, not anyone from the military. They were all, hired by the military. And then he went to my sergeant major and asked to have me to work directly for him. And then that sergeant major, if you're a soldier and that one sergeant major wants you and the other sergeant major has you, then he wants to know why you're interesting to them. And so I ended up working for this other sergeant major who was the battalion sergeant major, and I became the battalion illustrator. And I created things, did things. I'd say, I don't know, I've never made before. I did woodworking, I did metalworking, I did everything. And then when I got out of the service, the sergeant major ended up being the sergeant major of the 5th Corps, the Signal Corps. He ended up working for the Pentagon. And he told me that if I would stay in the military, that he would take me with him. And that I would go where, and I would be sent ahead as an entourage to be able to set up his because everything is about looks in the military. Oh,
that's amazing.
Yeah. So, it's kind of a story of, I wasn't a victim. I didn't look at myself as a victim. I just did the job that was put before me, and I ended up working into an incredible job. And then I got out of the military and went on to something else. Maybe not better, but something else. But that's it. It's the art. It's the 7 of Cups. It's the dreamer. You have things in your head and you see it. What is your what is your card? What is your date of your birth?
I got a question. Yeah, she wants to know your birthday. But Walter, let me ask her, before you tell her, Walter, let me ask you something. I'm sitting up here watching her walk around and talk with this long hair and a beanie. And I'm like, could this be Walter at 60? Could you see yourself talking like this at 58, Walter?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Have you ever been to Asheville?
down that direction, going through. I want to chase the Renaissance. I'm looking at the Renaissance now, and I really like those shows the best because people are kind of my people, and they're for come there for an experience.
Yeah, I think your work would be very appreciated here. This is a very artistic town.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know this before I moved here, but a lot of people say that, like, they compare, like, Asheville to Sedona. They say it's kind of like Sedona of the East because we're kind of, like, in a spiritual vortex. I don't know how true that is, but there are a lot of artists here.
Well, there's a lot of artist towns, and you could actually feel it's probably run by Venus, and it's probably a very Venus connection. What do you think when you feel the land around you? What do you feel that its sign is?
I don't know. I can't really tell you that.
Start looking. Open your eyes to look, and you will see it.
Well, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful, you know. Before I got here, I thought I would be depressed because it was so far from home, and it looked very different than where I grew up. And I mean, I grew up next to the ocean, and I'm next to mountains right now. I literally am looking out mountains like from my window. But there's something about them that like is very mystical, and I can't not look.
Walter, tell her your birthday.
February 25th, 1992.
Now, hey, now I want you to keep in mind you about to talk to talk to somebody that got the same north node and the same different sign, same house.
Yeah. Well, I'm a 6-degree Pisces in the 12th house. I'm a 29-degree Aries rising.
So Pisces, let's look at this. You've had to walk away from a lot of things in your reality, like just let it go emotionally and walk away. You are the 8 of Cups, and that's all those full cups in that man that just takes everything and just turns around and walks away from that emotional, whatever it is. Is that true?
Yeah, I think I've felt like that since I was a child, that I've always had to sacrifice something.
That's the frequency that you came in on.
Well, I was unexpected. My mom lost a child before she had me. He was born, and he would have been a vegetable. He died maybe like minutes, after he was born, and she was very devastated and very depressed. And she got pregnant with me, and in her whole pregnancy, she was very scared that she would lose me too. So her and I have had a very interesting attachment, like all throughout, my life. And I would say that a lot of the fears that she had, like I just, when I was a child, I couldn't sleep without the light on. Like I was always very scared. I thought about death for like my whole life. I think
you would have to because you come with Moon card and you're reflected. You pick up things all around you, and you are on the last spin of the wheel, which is Pisces, which is endings. And also you come in with the 8 of Cups, which is walking away emotionally from it. So you think when your mom had these feelings, I don't think that it might have been that's the frequency that you came in on. But I because every one of us come in on a frequency, and it's the frequency of endings. It's the frequency of you're a highly empathic person, and just by and you pick up things, and it's reflective things. You can't explain how you pick it up. You don't know how you know it, but you know it. And you know it because you're picking your subconscious mind, and it's your subconscious mind that is picking up on the reflections around you, and it's showing you a picture. You can't explain to people how you know this, but you do know it, and you tell them, and you are spot on. But you can't tell them how you got the answer.
Well, I used to get gaslit a lot because there are certain individuals in my life that used to do a lot of gaslighting. Because I would pick up a lot of things. Sometimes it would like come to me in dreams, and I'd be like, "You're lying," and they'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I saw it in a dream, you know, and it really was happening.
Yes, indeed. That's Pisces. Living the dream.
My moon is at 9 degrees Sag in the 9th house, and my Jupiter is at 10 degrees Virgo.
9 degrees.
Wait, what degree is your sun sign? And Mercury?
Mercury's at 17 degrees Pisces.
Wait. Hold on. So Walter, her Chiron is at 18 degrees Pisces, and her Saturn is at 10 degrees Pisces. So, and you do composite, right? Synastry. So, what would that? Her talking to you, you know, on your Mercury, is just kind of healing for you in a way.
For her?
For you.
Is it healing for me?
Yeah. Is she validating some stuff for you?
She is validating, but she did tell me about something that almost broke her and she had to heal from. So I would say vice versa.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, y'all doing something for each other.
Every one of us.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the word
No. So your moon is in Sag. What house? You said 7th house?
Ninth.
So the house it's in its home. Okay.
I was born without
So
religion.
Without religion?
Yeah, I was born without religion. I was born in another country. I was born in the Caribbean in an island that had no religion.
Hey, Carrie. And in comes guardian angel, another North Node in the 10th house, but hers is Virgo.
So you're analyzing everything.
Well, she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be. She's a Taurus, and with a Gemini moon, Sagittarius rising. Oh, Kelly's down there too. Kelly, put your birthday. Guardian, put your birthday. Kelly, put your birthday.
Give me your sign. Give me your sign and the date. That's what I need.
She's enjoying. Walter ain't throwing her under the bus. She's enjoying herself, huh, Carrie? This was what if this was the weekend and you was in your tent, wouldn't you be doing this?
Yes, it would be.
This what she does.
It's all about the you know thyself. That's the bottom line. Is know who you are. Okay, we got Kelly. Kelly, you come in 5:31. Okay, you are you're Cancer.
No, Gemini.
Gemini. Oh, Gemini. Okay, Gemini first. See, that's why you got to give me the date. I'm looking at things and I'm a little dyslexic, so you give me the date, not the date, but the sign that you have and the date.
She's a Gemini, 30.
Say Gemini 31, and I'll know what it is. Okay, Gemini, you are the 7 of Swords. No, you are. Yeah, you 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Spend a lot of time in your head. You overthink things. You tend to circular reasoning. Sometimes it's hard to get out of the loop, but you got to get out of the loop. You are the lover. You have a lot of choices to make, and just choose one. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. Just choose it, because the greatest mistake you can make is not to learn from the mistake you made, or vice versa. You have to make choices, and sometimes you pull the card that is very hard for you to choose. What to do, and you kind of get gridlocked. Just make a choice. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Just good.
She's an Aquarius moon, Sagittarius rising. I don't know your degree of your rising sign. You know the degree of your rising sign, Kelly?
I don't know it either.
You don't know you a 29 degree Aries rising, ain't you?
I don't know hers.
Oh.
My degree is 23 degrees. 23 degrees Virgo rising.
Okay.
I'm Scorpio. Scorpio last deacon. I'm November 19th.
Kelly's a Aquarius moon in the third.
That is the lone wolf. Emotionally.
I've been to Kelly's house. Filled with wolves.
That's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing. If you see a stream, what you gonna see is a wolf pillow behind her.
Everywhere, everything is a wolf.
Well, she's a lone wolf, man. She likes her own privacy, and she does it her way. Yeah.
What's the degree of your rising, Kelly? You said both actually Guardian and Kelly are Sag risings. Which is your South Node energy.
Which one?
Both of them. They're both Kelly and Guardian Astrology. Both of them are Sagittarius risings, and your South Node is Sagittarius.
Yes. Sagittarius rising. What degree?
Let me go find out for Kelly.
17th degree. Okay, you are. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, but you can really, it's like you keep the lights on, you keep that ember burning, but it's very, it's difficult because the energy that the nine of wands come out with, it's like a vigil that's set. It's like you're trying to keep the embers going because the light of the sun is just about ready to be diminished and come at its complete detriment. And so it's like, do I have enough? Yes, there's hope at the end of this tunnel. It's always seeing hope. It's always trying to hold on to that hope. But it's also looking through the difficulties at the bright side.
Kelly's 22.
She 22 in Sag is overkill. It's like carrying that burden and just carrying it, and it's just kind of like taking on one more project. It's like that. It's kind of like the piece of straw that breaks the camel's back. Sometimes you just got to let go and allow it to happen another day. It's just like, because the tendency of that is
Virgo rising, Guardian.
Is overburdened and just taking it all on and trying to carry it all. Sometimes just let it go. And just it's all going to be okay, but there's always another day.
I have a question for you. Being that you're a Virgo rising and your Mercury's in Sagittarius, which makes it in detriment. And Guardians just comment how intelligent you are. Did you have to work on that?
I'm severely dyslexic. And when I say severely, I'm severe. A B, a P, a Q, a D, it's all the same dang darn thing. And so if you're an artist, or you have that spatial recognition as a child, it became very, very difficult for me in school. As far as the writing, arithmetic was very easy for me. For some reason, math was like my super math skill. But anything that came with letters or writing, was very, very difficult. And it still is to this day. I embrace the fact that, I am dyslexic, but my dyslexic is, it's not my language.
What'd you say, Walter? Huh? Oh, mute. Hey, Walter, listen to this question. Gary, I'm looking at you, and you got a Libra moon and all that. Did you have to struggle with beauty and intelligence, the marriage of them two?
I've never considered myself a great beauty. So my intelligence is probably...
Wait. You didn't consider yourself, but how about the public? Did you get hit on a lot and stuff?
Yeah, I was like 5% of the female population that was in the military. I mean that for 3 years that was kind of difficult. And then I got into a cult, religious cult, when I got out of the military, and I was kind of trapped in this controlling mechanism for 17 and a half years, 16 and a half years. And I married my husband now, and he was a minister in this organization, and it's where women had to, they couldn't cut their hair, they had to wear dresses, very observant, and it really kind of weighs real heavy on your personal expression in this reality. I remember standing in my closet when I got out of this organization, and I remember looking in the closet and not even realizing who I was, and I couldn't figure out even what clothes that I was attracted to or anything like that. It was, and I was in my 30s at this point. I'm 38, I believe. So I'm a happily single 58, almost 59.
How, with Saturn in the seventh house, how do you feel about relationships now?
Well, I think I told you a little bit about my relationship. I was married for 34 years to my husband. I don't like the word ex. And he left me, well, he couldn't leave me because his religious standing would not allow him to. So the way to get around that is make you so miserable that you will leave. And he fell in love with my childhood best friend, who was my maid of honor at my wedding, and I was maid of honor at her wedding, and then her husband passed away from COVID in 2020, and then he started going over there doing honeydew jobs and stuff like that. It wasn't that I didn't see it coming, I did see it coming, and I could have stopped it, but I didn't, because it was my ticket out. Unfortunately, my Saturn return has been a very interesting one.
Any of y'all got any questions?
I didn't know if he was going to end up with my sister or my childhood best friend, so it was quite a...
Wait, the sister too?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well, it's
Guardian.
I was told by an astrologer that there was going to be a great betrayal in my between me and a sibling, and boy did he! I couldn't see it. I'm like, oh no, that ain't gonna happen. Whatever. And think about it, Paul. We all come in to experience things, and everything that we have experienced, whether it's good or bad, it is. And these experiences that we are experiencing, these frequencies are being broadcast, and we have come down to experience these. It's not the experience that we have the problem with. It's how we process the experiences.
Do you think he the suffering he put you through led you to enlightenment?
But the torture I went through was like 34 years of torture. It was not just that torture at the end. This was the crescendo of the torture. Okay. This was mental, emotional, psychological abuse was an everyday thing. And he, when you have someone too, that religion is sometimes the greatest addiction that we have out there. And when you deal with that kind of addiction, it's like they think that they're right. They perceive their reality.
You can go to the next questions, go ahead.
Wrong. And so people are be able to do things to other people that they normally wouldn't do unless they had this perception of, when I left the organization, they tried to take my children, they tried to take, I mean, it was and then I was fair game for a lot of other abuse. And it wasn't just my husband, it was the whole infrastructure of the reality of the people that I had in it at that point in time. Because when you're in a cult, you're kind of like, you're in this decoration chamber with all the rest of them, and you just hear an echo wherever you go. And when you leave, you're kind of out and you're alone. And the cult was called the United Pentecostal Church. But there's many of them.
I said you can box up if you want, Gordy. Because you actually, she's somebody way ahead. But I mean, as far as y'all got the same North Node and all that, and then there's mental. You remember when I was trying to get the microphone to work, and I had somebody come? Yeah, that's him. That's him. Mental. Yeah.
So guarding astrology, what Pentecostal church did you were raised in? Not all Pentecostals are good or bad. It's how people digest the information. Your religious standing does not serve you. You leave. It has to serve you, not you serve it. There's a difference there.
Hey.
Yeah, you can't wear makeup. You can cut your hair. You can wear pants. You got that one right. I'll tell you the difference between black magic and white magic, and it's really simple. Black magic wants to dominate, control, and subvert another person's free will, where white magic or white energy will actually help the person live to their highest and greatest potential. It gives them the abilities, the encouragement to live to their highest potential. And when you look at any organization, it does in any relationship, any organization, any friendship, we have to ask ourselves, what is this connection of energy that we have? Is it lifting me up? Is it building me up? Or is it subverting my will to them? Or is it an annulment?
Hey, Gardner, what degree is your Jupiter and Venus in Pisces? What's up, man?
Michael, how you doing?
You doing all right? Hey, man, tell her your birthday.
February 2nd.
February 6th. You are a...
Yo, second.
Second
Yeah.
of February?
Yeah. Her Chiron is on your Jupiter in Pisces.
He is Aquarius.
Yeah. And he's a new moon baby. He's his moon is Aquarius as well.
He comes in on the Six of Swords energy. Six of Swords. Trying to hold on a second. It's also the lone wolf there. He's a person you like to do it your way, and you take your thoughts and your reality and the way that you look at things, and you're gonna do it your way. You are the lone wolf. You prefer to be alone, but you care about the
Wait, what was the last? Wait, what was the last thing you said?
He necessarily doesn't want him at his table.
So does that mean, in other words, does he have a love-hate relationship with people, humans?
Yes. Well, no, he cares about them. It's not a love hate. I care about them. I care about their personal well-being, but I care about them
from afar. Stay 50 feet.
Yeah, personally, yeah. Not in my personal space.
What?
We want your space to be okay.
What's the degree of your rising, mental? You know?
I don't.
He's a Taurus rising. Let me see.
Jupiter, 19 degrees, Venus, 24. Is that Guardian astrology? Is that your, okay, you got the Jupiter expansion. Where is your Jupiter? Pisces. Oh, okay. Your Jupiter sitting right on Uranus. Yeah. Jupiter in Pisces is your expansion in the occult and that which is hidden. And you also are it is the wish fulfillment. You probably expand a lot on your dreams. Your dreams are very expansive. Make them good dreams. Okay, that makes sense. You'd be a very good, where your Venus is, 24. Yeah, you love to know that which is behind the screen, that which is behind the reality of our, it's a dissolvement of our reality. It's the dream. You're seeing through the mist. I can see that you would be a medium. That would make a lot of sense. And you'd expand and excel greatly in that.
He's a 20 degree Taurus rising.
That's right. Okay, well, I was reading.
Oh, I said 20 degrees Taurus rising.
20 degree Earth, 20 degrees. That would be the Six of Pentacles. Between the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a lot of evaluation of your work and working it. So very, very, your work, kind of like a workhorse. And you spend a lot of time evaluating your work and trying to figure out how to accomplish it in a more efficient and better way. However, you spend a lot of time evaluating it and executing it. It's on the 20th, yeah. I didn't see that.
What's the word of the year, Mental?
I believe it's in my profile. Hold on, let's go look.
What is it?
Work.
Well, it's very important to you. It's a frequency you came in on.
He's actually y'all share the same North Node sign, Gemini. His is in the second house. Yours is in the 10th.
Second house, so identification of I am here. So you identify.
So wait. So what's this? Carrie, you know what both of y'all are?
No, what?
You know what you and Mental are?
What?
Hoarders of information.
Of course we are. Yay! Another brother of useless information.
Well, I mean, hey, he got, the dish you sent me? He got folders and files of pictures and all that stuff just like that.
I just gave Paul the mother load. So you're gonna have to get with him.
Yeah. Hey, I was like some of the he's really into the Mayan stuff. And I have found a folder. I was into that. I sent him. I say, hey, Does this look like a couple of the pictures you got? Yeah. So he actually has 4 planets in Capricorn. He has a stellium in Capricorn in the 9th house.
So you're a workhorse. Of course you're a workhorse then. And you have a stellium. What's in the stellium? What is it?
Mercury, Jupiter.
So your thoughts and expansion.
Is Venus.
And what you love. Thoughts and expansion in what you love.
Mercury.
Let me go see.
Oh, that's on degrees.
Are they conjunct?
Yeah. Now y'all see it. Now y'all see it while I told y'all. Memorize y'all degrees. Yeah, see, these people like that type of information, Gary, and they would be, if you stream, a lot of them will be in your room. Come see.
Okay, yeah, no, I will. I've been working so much, and this is the first time that I'm probably like you, mental. I work.
You could stream it while your show going on. All you gotta do is go live and put your camera up somewhere, and then go to doing what you're doing.
That would be a trip because people are fun.
Yeah.
They are.
Actually, you should also do that when on your Facebook, since you already got followers on Facebook. Do Facebook Live.
Okay.
He has Jupiter, Mercury at 21 degrees, Venus.
21 degrees, Mercury, what we call Mercury, 21 degrees, and it's in
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay, so you work together with people. You try to mentally that you're working on. Let's work on this project. Let's get this thing figured out, and you pull in all the players that you can pull in to figure it out. Where's Jupiter?
Wait. Would you want me? You want me to tell you what that project is?
What?
He tries to work on people's minds. reset people's minds.
Mercury. I mean, hey, mental. Let me tell you something. I was a criminal for 10 years. I didn't have to fix people. All I had to do was put a rock in their shoe and then let it do its work. All you had to do was just put where they put a question mark, you put a period. Where they put a period, you put a question mark. I mean, that's it's people sometimes just just being that little clarity in one moment of time, and then people will come around.
Well,
good job.
You want me to tell you his version of where people put a period, he put a question mark? Hey, mental, won't you write a sentence down there for, please? His Venus is at 9 degrees, Capricorn.
Venus at 9 degrees Capricorn. He's always trying to balance out what he loves and what he values and what he finds beautiful. And it's a constant, on an earthly plane, you are trying to find that balance of what you love.
Jupiter at 2 degrees.
Jupiter, you expand at what you, and that's conjunct with Venus, so you expand greatly at what.
Well, might as well throw this one in there. He got Neptune at 0 degrees. So.
Dang dong, so the dream.
Yeah, so he got Venus at 9, Jupiter at 2, Neptune at 0.
You're the dreamer. You love and expand what you put what your dreams are, and what you find beautiful and valuable, and then you put your mind to it. That's some power you came in with there, mental. No wonder you call yourself mental. I can see that.
Some would say he's blessed and highly favored. All right. Look at how he wrote this sentence. What does that sentence say?
Eyes would love to you go live.
That's his period when people would put a comma, a question mark, and when other people would put a question, he puts a period. That's I would love. He said that's
So I'm dyslexic.
that's why.
To me, I read it just perfect. It looks great. I mean, I see it and understand it. I don't even think anything about it. Yeah, I'd love to go out.
Wait, hold up. With you being dyslexic, you read that right?
Absolutely.
Because she's not putting too much thought in like everybody else does. She just reads what the fuck she sees. And it's because it's not spelled right or traditionally to everybody else that kind of hangs them up on reading that.
I find that interesting.
Well, okay, interesting.
No, but because you may not know this, but when he does that, he always gets pushback from people. And he just typed it up, and you just looked at it, and so that's why I'm like, that's interesting. That did you ever think about that, mental? Somebody that with dyslexia be able to read that shit fine?
No, I didn't. But when she said something, it's like a whole bunch of shit clicked in for me. So it made perfect sense to me.
Should you be translating books into your language so dyslexic people can read?
Maybe.
Won't you try it with a children's book and find a child with dyslexia and see if they can read it?
Any child would read it. Fine.
That's
Any
right.
child.
That's right.
Yeah, but wait. You are correct. But if you want a system in the matrix to embrace it, that might be who you need to go target it and then let it spread. But you got to test it first. Find a dyslexic kid and ask them to write some shit or get some shit and get them to read it and see if they can.
Well, I find it really fascinating. It's a mental game is what you play. It's a mental game. And so what you're trying to do is you're cracking them out of a box. And the box is, people are very, and that's the problem we have in the reality that we live in is people listen to the news, they listen to, whatever's out there, and they're being programmed. And what you're doing is you're slapping them out of the program by playing a mental.
So you know the way to test it? You find your kid that's dyslexic, let them read the sentence, show them the sentence like the real way, and see if they can read it, and then show them your way and see if they can read it. See what happens. You know who you could, you know who work with kids like that? Jenny, she works with kids like that. I don't know, Guardian, your kid, them kids at that school be having dyslexia and shit?
You could have dyslexic, or you could have people that are autistic.
Autistic?
I like the word. I like the word awesomeism instead of Instead of, having them, instead of being autistic or having autism, I always call it awesometism. Because, their energy is not tainted by the mainstream thought process. They're kind of out of the loop. And their brain doesn't work like everyone. That makes them harder to hack and harder to manipulate, because their thought processes are different.
Hey, Mental, maybe your fellow Gemini no brethren just gave you a gold mine idea. I never would have thought that, man. I never would have. That's a trip to me. I ain't never would have thought about that like that.
You never had a problem writing, though, have you?
No. I actually, I got songs and stuff. I used to rap and stuff. I used to write a whole bunch of songs. Matter of fact. Well, I got just right here on the floor. Notebooks.
There's Gemini at work right there.
This is my first notebook of horoscopes when I first started writing horoscopes. This is my rap career.
You're wrapping it up.
Mental, in a box in a closet.
Okay, it's a wrap.
Yeah. So in all that, this notebook has been retired because there's no more room in it from the horoscopes, and I had to get another horoscope notebook.
Mental, do you write things down? Do you have boxes of notes in the closet?
They are in boxes, but they're not in the closet.
Well, it's not like I'm rapping. I didn't get these books out the closet. Just the rap stuff is in the closet. This is my new horoscope and stuff. This is almost full. I'm about.
You see, how I get the information. This is how you get the information in you.
Right here.
I get the information in me is through art, and I do art, and as you do it, it becomes a part of you.
This is my first astrology book I started. Oh.
Oh, look at there it is. There it is.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you something. Here's my information on this is the food. This is what I'm gonna talk about when I do the food. There's the magician right there.
See, I do the same thing, but what I do is I don't put it in words. I put it in drawings. Because to me, that's my language.
All right. But I'm doing a podcast, and if it's just audio, people can't see the drawing.
True. Very true.
So you're gonna have to be able to describe to them. If you you're gonna have to be able to describe to them so they can visually put it together. if it's not video, because I'm just really starting to focus on video. For the longest, only thing I was focusing on was audio.
Well, too, I think that we're living in a reality that the video is where people are heading. However, too, if you're in a car and you're driving, you like the podcast.
Yes.
You like, yeah. I mean, there's always, and if you're working too, you want to have that audio, not necessarily the visual.
And that's what I was focusing on for the longest. But when it comes to this social media, people want to look at stuff.
They do.
Unfortunately, mental. Would that be a version of tone? People wanting to look at something.
Yeah. So he says that you're into the Mayan astrology. Is that true, mental?
Well, culture. I've been trying to tell him that he knows astrology by the symbol. He just don't know he knows it because he's just into the symbols of the Mayan culture. But
everything is astrology. Everything sings and dances around the sun, our star. And if you even everything is astrology. Even I think that consciousness is wrapped around the vibrational frequencies, and so it doesn't matter what culture, it doesn't matter what belief system. Every one of them celebrates the equinox. Every one of them celebrates the solstices, and they all do it in their way. But they're all heralding in the new changing of the guards of the seasons. Every one of them are. I mean, if we look at it, they could, well, this is a pagan ritual. No, it's not a pagan ritual. It's how they, one time I was asked to talk on Easter. And so I was thinking, okay, so I went and I was meditating, and I was kind of toning the word E-star, E-star, E-star. Well, what is the E-star? It is the sun that rises in the east. It's our sun. And so what is it? At Easter, at the equinox, it's coming back into its power. Well, what is it about an egg? Because then I started thinking about all the symbols that are connected to it. What is it about an egg? Well, you crack an egg, what does it look like? It's like the sun. When, what is that one animal that heralds in the sun it's the chicken. And when you talk about bunnies, what have bunnies got to do with, well, it's the earth coming back to, fertility. And what is more, a fertility symbol than a bunny? I mean, they're procreating like rabbits. I mean, we hear this even in our colloquialism. And so when we see this, what we're experiencing is consciousness moving from one, we're moving out of one sign into another, one, season into another. And every one of them we are all heralding it in our certain ways of doing it. And this has happened throughout all of the cultures. So mental, whatever you're into, of course it's attached to astrology, because everything rises and falls on in our experiences and our vibrational experiences based upon what is happening in the time and the periods that they are happening. That's why I could call out the birthday game, and I could play the birthday game with people, and I'm pretty spot on. And I kind of got their pulse, because the ancients believe when you take your first breath that you breathe in this frequency, and then you play it out as a little mandala as your life unfolds and spirals out into the world. And so every one of us have this frequency. And it's not good, it's not bad, it's how we play it that matters the most.
I usually don't like to say, I told you so. But I told you was a Mayan astrologer. Ooh. Becca, when's your birthday? 10/14/88. I forgot her moon and rising sign. What you got for that? 10/14. Yeah.
Libra. 14 last. She has a lot of mental, spends a lot of time in her head, but she's able to rest from all the mental stress and being able to see it clearly, trying to bring out a balance. Social justices are very important to you, Becca, because I'm reading your chart, Becca. This is what's going on right now. Is that you're giving me your
listen to her. She's talking about your energy, Becca.
And the energy that you came in with is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is you're able to put up with a lot of mental information that is coming towards you, and instead of becoming over anxious over it or anxiety ridden, you're able to rest in that frequency, that information that's coming to you, because you spend a lot of time balancing out the information that's coming towards you. And you also are very keen on social affairs and also figuring out relationships and balance them out to work. You probably play the devil's advocate. Well, not the devil's advocate, I would say, trying to smooth out the wrinkles in this relationship and that relationship and make sure everyone plays in the sandbox nice.
She's a Cancer rising, Sagittarius moon. Moon's gonna be in the 6th house.
Cancer rising. Do you know the degree?
No.
Okay, but I'll tell you, Cancer rising.
You know the degree of your rising sign, Becca?
Becca. With the Cancer, no. Okay, with the Cancer rising, is that you are very intuitive, and you have the moon is the ruler of the chart, and you pick up a lot of information. You cannot explain how, you do not understand how you get it, but you generally spot on. Because you pick up this, it's your subconscious mind that is picking up the reflections around you, and you're picking up these pieces of information, and as you're picking them up, you come to a conclusion, but you don't realize how you come to it, or you have an inner knowing, because you are picking up on a collective field around you, an energy field around you, and you're able to tap into it subconsciously, and you do not know why, and you don't know how, but you generally come up with the right answer. And stick with it, because you're generally right. I got a gut feeling about this person, bad idea. Stick with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Ask another question.
She has Saturn and Uranus both at 27 degrees Sagittarius.
I'm a bad person. Nothing is bad. Nothing is good. It's not good or bad. It just is. We come in on frequency that we have energy, and how we wield that energy to serve the higher and greatest good or not. And that is a decision that one always has to make. Nothing is good, nothing is bad, it just is. And it is what you make out of it.
Yeah, you know what time?
I agree with you, Guardian Astrology. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. She also has Saturn and Uranus at 27 degrees Sagittarius in the 6th house.
6th house, analyzing things randomly. Uranus, you said?
Yeah. And Saturn. They both on top each. They both on top of each other.
You're on what degree?
27.
27 in Sag. That is, you can overdo it, burn out really easy. And the sixth house over analyzing things, to exhaustion. And
By the way, I don't know remember her moon is Sag. I don't know the degree of her moon. So it's but the moon casts a wide orb, so the moon is picking up this Saturn and Uranus too.
well, sometimes you have to let go of things. You always think of, if you go to battle with something, it doesn't matter what it is. You always ask yourself, what's the prize at the end? And is it worth fighting for? And if it's not, then you put your energy somewhere else. But sometimes when, mentally, we all kind of get on a thing, want to fix this, want to fix that person, want to help that, when you come in with Sag in the sixth, you're analyzing everything, and it can become a burden if it's because you're dealing with the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is it carrying.
I got a question for you. Being that her Mercury is in Libra at 13 degrees, and her Sun is in Libra,
Mercury, 15 degrees of Libra.
Yeah, 13. But let me ask you this: you're talking about overanalyzing. Could she be overanalyzing relationships?
It could be. It depends on the angles that it comes in at.
Yeah, they'd be sextiling each other.
Then they'd sextile each other, meaning there'd be a flow of energy.
Yeah, Libra. That'd be air to fire. So they sextiling each other.
Inferno. Where's the water?
That's what.
But if you have your moon in Libra, which I do.
No, her moon's in Sag, but she got Mercury and the Sun in Libra, in the fourth house, of home, family, and roots.
Okay, so you would probably really be very into the family and into making sure family was balanced, making sure family was what degree did you say it was? It's in Libra.
Her Sun is at 22.
The 22, so it would be the fourth. So putting a lot of mental energy into making sure that the family is okay, but being at rest with it too. Sometimes being able to just allow it to be at rest, because that's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is
okay, but wait. I got a question for you. What if that's what you want with the family, but the family don't want that with you?
You do what you can do, and what you can't, and you have no control over, you let it go. If I want a relationship with my sister, and let's say that, there was some really bad things that happened within the relationship, like betrayal and stuff like that, I'm willing to let it go because I want to maintain that relationship so I don't hold, because all we have is stories. These are stories, and these are stories of the past. And when you have just a story, it's like my fractal perception of what happened in the story could be true or could not be true, because it's just a story. And so we have to let go of the stories and just deal with the frequency at the present time, let go of that which is because every one of us have stories, and we build these stories up and we live with these stories. But if we just let the stories go and we just live with what right now, life is so much easier.
When you say fractal, what do you mean?
Well, each one of us have a fractal perception of reality. It's like a diamond cut, and like you see somebody and you're standing on the street corner and there's an accident that happens, and every one of us have a perception of reality of what had happened in this accident, but every one of them comes from a different fractal perception of
So let me ask you this. Do you think it's harder dealing with family being that she's a Cancer rising?
Cancer rising, she would know everything that's going on. It would be a feeling. You feel the feeling, and so what you're dealing with is the feelings. What degree is that feeling in?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
See, I'll go through.
Do you know what time you were born? What time you were born? What time you were born, Becca? Guardian, do you know the degree of her ascendant? 1053. No.
It's not helping unless I get your chart. You know. But I'll go through the deacons. When you have the 2 of Cups, you have the 3 of Cups, and you have the 4 of Cups. And if you have the 2 of Cups that are rising, and I'll just go through and you can.
What city? I'm about to tell you in a second.
Okay.
What city? Uh, 6 degrees.
6 degrees, it's the 2 of Cups. So it's the lover card. And deep, deep rooted love. You have love for what is important to you. You're the lover. You want to show love. You want to express love. You have an expression of love. You want the best for the people that you love. And sometimes that can be a burden too, because you can be very romantic. You can be very, give gifts or give your emotional, because it's all emotion. Because it's water, it rushes in, and so you're expressing your love. And the problem that you probably have with your family is that you don't receive back what you want, that you're reflecting to them.
Ooh, Libra, unbalanced relationships?
Well, it could be, yes, unbalanced, but it could be, it's the energy that you are expressing, and they may not have the reception or the ability to receive it and to give it back in the format in which you have given it out.
So she also has Chiron sitting right on top of her ascendant at 7 degrees. The wounded healer.
The wounded healer is that in Cancer?
Yeah.
Would you say?
At 7 degrees, and her ascendant's at 6 degrees. And wait, watch this. And she has Neptune in Capricorn at 7 degrees, directly in a tug of war with this ascendant and this Chiron.
No, what is it? What is in Capricorn?
Neptune.
Neptune, her dream. Okay, so she's trying to work out the dream, and she's in Neptune. Capricorn is two of Pentacles, and where her ascendant is the 2 of Cups. So emotionally, it is, and if you have Chiron there, which is the wounded healer, you would feel you're putting out this love, you're putting out this affection, and your dream is to balance it, but on a physical plane. But there's a tug of war between what you emotionally put out with the love that you want to receive, and for it to come back. There is a tug of war there. There's a tension rod, basically, and it pulls against each other. Does that make sense?
Neptune would be the hangman, right?
It is the hangman. It is, and it's your dream. It's the dream from heaven, the dream that you have in here that you're trying to bring out, because it's the dream, the water, the emotion, and it's between heaven and earth. So you're trying to bring that dream from your emotions, from your to express it on a physical plane. It's the dream. Neptune, you're the dreamer. You're the you communicate the dream. You're living the dream. It's the Piscean, ruler.
How long would you say you've been studying occult knowledge?
Oh, since 2018. 2018. But not necessarily. I was kind of getting into it. So probably 2019.
You an avid reader or something?
What now?
You're an avid reader?
I'm an avid listener. I'm more so, and I'm also an artist, and so I'll find something that kind of niggles away at me, and then I'll create something like symbols. I just really got involved with symbols because a picture's worth 1,000 words, but a symbol's worth 1,000 pictures. And so when I was in this marriage that was very oppressive and very controlling, everything that I had went within me. And so I was doing art, and I was hiding a lot of symbols in my art to it was more of like a catharsis of me, expressing myself when I could not express myself in the outside world. I could only express it in the interior world. And so everything that I did was basically hidden within my art.
You know what I find interesting?
What?
You got a North Node in Gemini, and he has a North Node in Gemini, and he has a notebook of drawings and symbols. He just be doodling away.
Is that you, mental? Because symbols are my like I said, because I'm dyslexic, symbols make sense to me because, B, a P, a Q, a D, it's all the same symbol. And that's what kind of messes people up that come into this frequency, we come into this reality. And we are, we're artists, we're people that look at things and expect recognition is something that is very, it's been our gifting. But sometimes it's very difficult when the symbol flips around in space and spits out different sounds.
So last night, I sent him a picture. I was in the notebooks and stuff, and I sent him a picture. And the picture was this.
Oh, I love it. Beautiful.
Why do you think I sent him this picture? Mental, why did I send you this picture, bruh?
It's all the platonic solids within the flower of life.
Why did I send it to you though, Mental?
I'm guessing because you seen the drawing that I did of that.
One day he showed me a drawing. Man, look at this. I was just looking at it. And so I'm looking through these things, and guess what I come across? That picture I just showed. So I took a picture of it and said, hey man, does this look familiar? Now, here's the question. I keep telling her she needs to start. She's streaming now. I told her she needs to start streaming. Here's the question. Where do you just get downloads of symbols, or where y'all get these pictures of these symbols from that y'all be doodling?
I think it's
No, go ahead.
mental. Where do you get yours? This lady's been first hearing this. Yeah, your turn.
Some of them are downloads. Others I got off the internet.
Okay.
What, and you just try to recreate it and stuff?
Yeah.
You get downloads of symbols?
I do. Actually, when I had my near-death experience, I had a out-of-the-body experience, and as I was ascending above things, there was a geometrical pattern that came up, and I could even hear it. It even made a noise, which was kind of weird. It was like it was coming. I could see it above me, and it was coming, and it came and brushed up against me. And after I came out of this event, I started to draw these pictures of this geometrical pattern, because in my mind I was trying to figure out what was it. I couldn't, it was like it had to mean something because it was so vivid. Even the sound of it was vivid. And so I draw this picture, and it wasn't until 2 years later that I heard someone talking. It was ceremonial magic, and he says, it was, Damien Eccles. Okay, he'd spent years in prison, been accused of doing something he never did, and so he was telling about doing ceremonial magic and having an interaction with an angel. And he said it's not what you think it is. He says there's 72 angles, and we call them angels. It's a geometrical pattern that's held in place it's holding space. And he said, and the 72 demons are a deterioration of that angle. It was a game changer for me, because it was at that point in time I had an aha moment that these angles, these geometrical patterns, are they're kind of like a holding in space a reality. And then
like they create the hologram.
I think so, yeah. And then the deterioration of that is the devil's always in the details. It's a disintegration of that pattern. And so that's how I started getting into symbols. I started getting into geometrical patterns and looking at them, because then it was making sense to me. It's a fabric of reality. It's like a symbol once you start to look at it and you start to observe it, it starts to unravel before you and starts to give you its information. You're tapping into it's called the aggregate. And as you're tapping into the aggregate, it's a stream of information that's attached to the symbol. I believe it starts with an E, aggregate. Yes, I do create symbols, and I do it in art forms, and I actually teach it. And as I teach the symbols, what I do is every beginning of every year, I do an intention pour class. And so what I do is people come in and I teach them how to do the symbols, and then they put it on the canvas, and then we do a dirty pour method over the canvas. And so the symbol is trapped into the fabric of the painting, but you can't see it on the outside and you can't see it underneath. The only way that you can see the sigil is if you hold it up to the light. It's really a cool exercise. And I definitely do create sigils.
I ain't never heard of that before.
Sigils are, and what sigils are is you write down your intention, and then you create the sigil based upon the intention, and you remove all the vowels, and you remove all the repeating letters, and then you create the sigil. And when you create the sigil, it's your subconscious mind is able to read it, but your monkey mind isn't, and so you're alleviating the monkey mind. And so the monkey mind is what...
Wait. Go back. You said you write a sentence?
You write a sentence. And we might got to tap this. Using mainly for witchcraft. I don't like the word witchcraft, because to me it's like what we're doing is we're hacking into an energy. Okay, and the energy is all around us. And so if you understand energy and you understand the flow of energy, there's good energy and there's bad energy. And there's white magic and there's black magic. It doesn't, tomato, whatever. What good energy is okay, well, I'll go with black energy. Black energy is taking energy and subverting someone to your will. Try to bend another person's will and manipulate them to to give you the energy that you want. It's taking energy from another person and subverting it and using it for you. It's like somebody coming along and taking money from a little old lady and using a way to do it to manipulate her. That's black magic, and it's everywhere. It's in everything. It's in our school systems. It's in our churches. It's everywhere, and it's in our politics. It's everywhere. But white, working on the white side, working on positive energy is taking the energy that's around you and using that energy to live to your highest and greatest potential and empowering people around you to do the same. Because each and every one of us have come in on a frequency and we want to build that frequency to the highest that we can possibly make it. And so we get caught up in semantics. It's like, well, this is black magic or white magic, or sigils is just another tool that we use to be able to block the conscious mind, to be able to get around the conscious mind and tap into the subconscious mind to help us to accomplish the goals that we need to accomplish or want to accomplish.
Hey, Mentor, she got any arrows?
That's her birthday?
Yeah. Ooh, she got 4 ones. Huh?
She has.
Yes, I am November 19, 1965.
That's early
Arrow of determination. What's that about?
That's the one that you be getting confused with frustration. That's the one that has a lot of thoughts and try to act on all the thoughts that they have.
So Carrie, you got 100 ideas and try to do them all.
Pretty much. The older I get, the more I'm able to focus, and that's probably my Jupiter's in the high heavens and 29 degrees, and in Gemini. So I have a lot of irons in fire, but I'm able to bring, if I do a class, it's normally the irons that I have in the fire are connected to other people, and if I'm connected to other people and to working with other people, then I'm able to bring them into this reality much more easier than just by myself. If it's just by myself, I get distracted, but if I have other people that I'm working with, I'm able to hold my attention pretty well.
Oh, man. I think she's on a 9-year, bro.
I am on the life path 6. What does that mean to you, Leo King? Or King Leo?
Oh yeah, 57. Wait, you about to turn 58?
I'm about ready to turn 59. Yeah, I wouldn't like having it.
Yeah, so actually, bro, she 57. She was on a 52 years ago was her 9-year.
She's in the 2 going into a 3.
2 going into a 3.
And the energy she had to embrace is a 5.
Change.
The peak energy, 5. What's the peak energy about on the 5?
The peak number 5.
Yeah.
Being free in her thoughts. Let's make sure. I know that has to do with freedom.
Oh, yeah, I remember. We talked about this because in 2013 was a 9-year for her, and she had to embrace the energy of a 7 mental.
Her last peak.
Yeah, before before the one at 57. Nah, hey, mental. Ask her, what's the number 7 about?
And 7 is about sacrifices. And they usually sacrifice in the areas of health, money, and love.
So within from 48 to 57, did you have to sacrifice any of that, Carrie? One of the 3?
Sacrificed all of it.
Yeah, but the biggest one at the end was what? Love.
Oh yeah. And money.
Yeah, it meant to her friend ran off with her husband. Right toward the end of this peak 7. And now she got to brace the 5 energy. But the 5 is about
In her emotional state.
freedom, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, mental. She said she could have stopped it, but she didn't. Why didn't you stop it, Carrie?
Because it was my get out of free jail card.
The 5 mental.
Yeah.
No, don't track them down. You know, they're on a different reality tunnel I'm in.
I think when it comes to her soul, she got a soul urge of 6 and an outer expression of 3.
What's the soul one, did you say?
6.
6, okay.
What's that about?
Creativity and so your soul really wants to be creative.
And she is.
And she is, and you said her
Outer expression is a 3. And her day number is 10.
New reality.
is the entertainer. And she teaches these different classes and different exercises, and she's making it fun for the people, right? So that's entertaining within her creative space with the spiritual side of us.
I do a little bit more than that, Menno. I run a tent. I'm a professional vendor, and I'm a performing wire artist. I create things in front of people, making them part of the art project. They get to pick out the wire, they get to pick out their charm, they get to pick out their stone, and they walk away with it on a string. And the whole time that I'm doing it, I'm telling them their astrological sun sign. And so, and I'm dressed like a steampunk. That's my favorite, and my whole tent is dressed up, and I match the tent. So I'm the living entity within the decoration of the tent. And so, yeah, I am an entertainer. And the tent that I say is I am a professional vendor, and when I say tent, it's a venue tent. So I go to all these different events, festivals, fairs. I did this last weekend. In fact, last night I was doing the haunted house and they were, had the vendors out there, so we were all dressed up and blah. I'm always dressed up, and everyone else was dressed with me. It was a lot of fun.
When you mention tents, some people get excited in here.
Oh, really? Like a tent meeting.
Well, it's a meeting, all right, but it's a meeting of torture. Tarot's tent of torture. Coming to but you okay. It hadn't been across the Mississippi River line yet, so.
No, I have no clue. Clueless.
Tarot's tent of torture?
Yeah, I've never heard of it before.
You might find some whips, handcuffs, ball gags,
Okay. Yeah. No, I haven't been in that tent.
If you received the invitation, would you go to the tent of torture?
I don't know. I'm a Scorpio. I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Ooh. Hey, and you want to know what? His North Node is in Scorpio.
Who's this?
Tarot's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, so a Scorpio saying that may have really excited him. Hey, mental, 4 1s. Don't that person have problems expressing themselves because of emotions?
Yes.
Do you?
They will, but they don't like it.
Do you like to express yourself? Is it easy or hard for you to express yourself on an emotional level? Carrie?
Me on the emotional level?
Yeah.
I think the thing, with my Libra moon that I had the hardest time with is expressing myself and trying to balance it out to, make people feel really comfortable. But I think the older that I get, the more easy it becomes. But I also become very diplomatic on how to put my, to be able to put out what I want to put out, to tell the people what I want to tell them. And do it in a format that is very easy for people to accept. And it's like it's like a couple tent meetings ago, I guess. I was at a Chief Joseph town festival, and this young girl in her 20s came up and grabbed a pentagram that I had, I sell charms and stuff like that, and she grabbed the pinnacle, and it's, in a circle, and she said, "Do you know what this sign means?" And she was like really, adamant. I mean, you could tell, she was very programmed into it. And I held my body out like a star.
Oh, you got to go back to work. He was at break. She found me. I was on here one day with my flag flying, and she found me. Yeah. And we had that conversation. She actually booked a reading. I gave her a reading, and then privately, and she actually sent me a treasure chest full of information. And then we was chatting it up, and I was talking about some of the information on the phone. And I was like, hey, I'm live. My live is going now. Come to the room. Let's finish this. Let's finish it in the room. Because I was trying to find out how to open up some of these folders and stuff. A couple of folders won't open up, but it's not like I don't have a shitload of other ones that will. And so I was trying to find out if some of those other, if there was a different program I had to use to see some of that other stuff. And so that's what we were talking about. That's what we got started. And so I was like, hey, why don't you come, and I know if I was in Gemini in the tent, and I was like, you need to start streaming and stuff. Well, they both Libra moons. They're both Libra moons, and they both intuitive is a Scorpio rising, and she's a Scorpio. So they both have the Libra Scorpio energy. Hey, she's back.
I'm sorry about that. My phone is going dead.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
So I'm probably gonna have to get off.
All right.
We will have to. I would love to chat.
All right.
You guys are delightful.
If don't you have a Facebook page?
I do.
How can people follow you on Facebook? All right. If you say it though, say it too.
It's Carrie Knittle Jacobs.
All right.
I'm putting it right there. So please do come and be my friend.
All right. Is there any last words that you got?
No, thank you so much, Paul, for letting me come on. This has been really enjoyable.
All right. Well, hey, Carrie, what if I told you may have just recorded your first podcast?
Oh, I'm not surprised. I knew if I found a good Gemini, I'd be able to figure it out.
So, I did record everything we were talking about.
Excellent.
Would you mind if I put it out?
No, you go right ahead.
All right. I gotta edit it and all that stuff. But is there anything that you would want me to take out that you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm good.
Anything about the family and all that, like the relationship?
No, that's pretty. That's pretty well known news.
All right.
My reality.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and I look forward to it. We'll do it again.
I want you to know all these people in here enjoy listening to you speak. And if you did, once you go live and you get your phone charged up and all like this evening or whatever, and go live, I'm pretty sure these people will come in here. I'll be in there to support you.
Oh, I would love to. And I love the interaction too, having to see you or to even see other people.
Yeah.
You see, it's a dialogue. It's not monologue.
Yeah, you see how some of these people are read up in here and all that. These are bouncers, so you can make one of us, one of us a bouncer in your room, so to be able to kick people out if they get, saying some stuff that, sometimes people want to try to get in your box and show themselves. Well, it don't happen to me. It happens to females, but yeah. you have a lot to say, and I think people would really enjoy hearing stuff from you and learning from you.
Well, you guys are delightful, and thank you so much for having me.
All right, no problem. Thank y'all. And actually, y'all, it's way past my lunchtime. I haven't eaten. All right. Y'all know how I get out of here. Know thyself, balance your energy. Thank y'all.